Alright, what is going on, everyone? This is Duskfall Gaming, and welcome back to Farm 17, the Rant, Part 2. So, if you watched the last video, you'll know where I'm coming from. You've got all these older vehicles. Now, how do you implement them? That's a lot of development. That's a lot of... That's just a lot of money. There's a lot of branding that you have to pay for, or maybe get a couple of brands that like you. Anyways, for free. You get the brands for free, you get the trademark, you get all that. You have to pay these workers to develop your game, develop all these other vehicles. It's a lot of money in the end. How do you remedy releasing all of these classic vehicles with these features like an auction, or things like finding a vehicle in someone else's field that you bought, like an old truck or something, and picking it up to drive? How do you remedy that? The price to do that, all that stuff. One word: DLC. Exactly. You guys are going, what? What's he talking about? They already released a DLC. They make a rare mineral version of the game every few months after the game's released, and then they release some overpriced micro DLC, which is a couple of tractors or something else. But that DLC, honestly, is not enough for people who play the game like me. Last time, Gold Edition added in a whole bunch of Zetter tractors. I hate Zetter. The tractors look ugly. The paint is ugly. The map that they came with was small, hard to start on, and I didn't like it. I legitimately played maybe 5 hours of the map and quit because I didn't like it. Looks like flowers on great demand. Sell a little bit. Anyway, release a $40 DLC. So or no, the game is $36, right? So release a $28 DLC, about, just taking a little percentage off of the game, with another 100 vehicles in it, let's say. That includes Case, New Holland, because they both have really old vehicles. New Holland especially for harvesters, and Case for tractors, not so much for harvesters. And some really old John Deere stuff. I've seen some cool old John Deere vehicles. And I'm just sitting here idle. Anyway, I've seen some really cool old John Deere vehicles in my lifetime, and I wish I could have something like that in the game, but I can't. And some, like, maybe an old Lemur combine or something like that, or pull behind combine, okay, or some International Harvester tractors or trucks. But it should be 100 vehicles, and it should be a new map. And this expansion would be called the Iron expansion. So for Farm Sim 19 or something, the Iron expansion instead of like a platinum or a diamond edition or something like that. Farm with platinum. What type of farmer associates himself with gold and platinum? I don't think I've ever seen anyone. Where am I going? I want to go to... and like an Iron edition would be great because you could add in all these old vehicles. There's German vehicles that are old. Tractors nearly originated in frickin' Russia and Germany. So you could add in half German vehicles, half American vehicles. Who cares? And you could make them so much money, and that would pay for the development. You could charge 20 bucks for a DLC, and you'd make back the amounts of money that you spent developing. I didn't turn again. having all those vehicles on and the new map, you can make it back probably threefold or fourfold, even more. Oh my god, I'm just turning again. I'm not paying. This game has. Yeah, this episode, I'm sorry, it's literally just gonna be me driving around because I can't focus enough to do anything while I'm ranting like this, while I'm going off. Oh, there's the drum. Anyway, um, there's the payment right there. Release it as a DLC. But I beg of you, Giants, just make starting off easier. Hagenstead, for example, was one of the most difficult maps to play on. You got the one tiny little field that you maybe made $8,000 on if you're playing on hard, less, maybe even $4,000. Sorry about that. Yeah, like there was no way any of us were going to expand in Hagenstead. I was accomplished with myself just getting the second Duke's-Bar combine, not the flower, and not the green terrible Duke's-Bar, but the slightly better Duke's-Bar that had the black grain tank and all the black trim that looked really nice. Nevertheless, I'm gonna park here, and this is the thumbnail. Great thumbnail. But there we go. There we go. Anyway, yeah. And if oh crap, I'm talking. Yeah, the expansion, right. Anyway, and once you have the expansion released, it can be half German vehicles, half American vehicles, whatever, half Russian vehicles. I forget where the devs are. Anyway, um, and it would be so much better of a game because I play this game and I want to get good traction and I want to have variety. I want to experience a whole load of different machines, and I don't get that with farming. Sure, there's 250,000 or thousand. There's 250 different machines, and there's mods, there's user created things, and there's many maps to try these on. But that's not what I buy a game for. I don't buy a full priced game so that someone else can go and add the stuff that I want to the game. I buy a game so that the developers can take my money and use it to make a better game and to show my appreciation for their game. Not, oh, I bought the game so that I can go and mod some track, a car that goes 100,000 miles an hour or something. And this is my point. See this grain wagon here. What? Let's see. This is a prime example. With this iron expansion, you could add in a completely new map with things like this scattered everywhere. And literally, what you could do is you could buy a field, and all of a sudden, something spawns on it that you couldn't see before because you weren't allowed to drive out onto this guy's field. And yeah, you should be fined for driving. That's it. Anyway, you find this in a slough in the middle of the field. Drag it out of the mud. You find out it's got no tires, no hubs. The axles are locked. Leaf springs are locked. Half of the wood has fallen off the side here, so you can't or anything. But you get inventive, and you go around your farm. It's an older place like this. It's got to have some torn down barns or something. Or like on our farm, we even use some old barns for grain bins, sweep augers to bring up all the grain. You could tear off some wood from somewhere and put it on the side of this thing and on the back of this thing. You could go out and buy some really cheap wheels from someone who doesn't have a vehicle to put them on, and you could legitimately take a piece of cast iron or a round piece of iron, cut it off, cut these hubs off, make a little hole, so like a U bracket or something. Stick the axle in the U bracket and weld the wheels of the cart. Get inventive, and all of a sudden, you have yourself a grain cart, and it probably only cost you maybe $100 in fuel to tear it out of the field, $500 or $600 or something to get wheels, some tearing down of one of the bins, really old buildings on the lot, and the iron. It's like $1,200 for a cart like this that could hold a couple thousand bushels. Yes, I'm going into bushels because I am a Canadian farmer using bushels. Um, or or you buy someone's field and or someone's farm. Yeah, that would be amazing. You could buy farms in this game, bigger lots and stuff, and all of a sudden there's a barn that you can't get into. It's locked. You can't bang the lock off with a hammer. You can't run your vehicle into the wall because it'll wreck your vehicle. Whatever's inside of it cleared away. You get a tractor and you pull up behind the the um the shed and you hook the tow rope up the door. You start pulling. Pull the door off. And as you pull the door off, you find this truck sitting inside, or this tractor sitting inside of your cab Lamborghini. Anyway, um, and you see that tractor sitting inside, right? And you figure, oh, score! But you hop in and you try and start it up, and it butters, crashes, and maybe the engine doesn't turn over at all. You've got a dead battery. Or just something like that. Something wrong with the vehicle. And it's a barn find, so it's completely free. Um, all you gotta do is put in a little bit of work to get it running. There you go, you got a tractor. 110 horsepower or something. Um, and you can do the same thing for so many other vehicles, so many other pieces of equipment. It's unreal. It would add an amazing factor to the game. Like, holy crap, I just won the lottery factor to the game. Factor you want to keep playing, want you to want to keep playing. Not just, do another boring art. Boring vehicles. Boring map. One field that I own. It's variety, and it lets you play the game for longer. I can guarantee you there's people who own Farming Simulator 17 who have already put the game down because they're bored. And it's sad to see all of this potential. This game is amazing. It has skyloads, not just truckloads, skyloads of potential to become an amazing game. And Giants just wrote that out the windows and then get a game out every 2 years. And that's what I'm just saying. Something like that, that the map where you start out with this tractor and non-combine or something, a couple of little implements that are expected to buy your way up to owning Challenger M90 or MT model, Ace Steiger, half the map, but it'd be great to just buy a tractor a little bit more time every few harvests or something. And this could add in a seasonal play as well. Like I said, if your combine is out for commission, the fields are going to live when they grow down. So add in season, so there's like 2 weeks where you can harvest your field, 2 weeks where you can plant your field, 2 weeks where you should be spraying your field, and other things like that. But add a time accelerate button that lets you pay a little bit of money to cover your living costs, cover the cost of feeding your animals if you have any, cover the cost of fuel for the truck, cover just like a $750 or something living cost, and you just get to the next sort of sector, and all of a sudden it's fall, and you have to harvest. You have 2 weeks worth of days to harvest, and it's it just makes the game so much more realistic, immersive, and I'm thinking that I might send an email to Giant and maybe I'll set up a page for a petition, something on a farming Twitter community to show Giants that the community cares about this kind of stuff. Can't guarantee that, but I might. Anyway, it would be amazing, and all of a sudden, and like, yeah, for example, you could progress from this Lamborghini to a Fortin Major or something, and then from a Fortin Major to a John Deere 1440, from a John Deere 1440 to, or a 4400, sorry, from 4400 to a Case IH 2090, from a Case IH 2090 to an International Harvester 1455 XL, and 55 XL, you might be able to go out and buy something bigger, like a Rob Steiger or a Massey Ferguson, one of the big four-wheel drive tractors that they've got. Like, I know that that's one thing I've noticed, that you see the Case IH Steiger and the Challenger M1900E or whatever that you get in this game, or MT 1900, 9000. I just butchered that. Anyway, you see those big hydraulic steer four-wheel drive tractors. There's no affordable ones. There's no affordable ones whatsoever. Whereas I could take $50,000 and go to oh my god, I'm boring myself, but I'm gonna have to wrap this up for you guys. And I could take it to like an auction for some old grandpa selling his farm, has a lot of old machinery sitting on his lot, and I could find a Massey Ferguson four-wheel drive tractor from the 70s that still runs, still pulls a cultivator and a seeder, but for cheap. I don't have to shell out $400,000 to buy something. It's kind of ridiculous the way this game expects you to work the economy, especially when I made $10,000 from that harvest. And from that $10,000 to buy an M1900 or MT9000E, I would have to do that 30 times. And that doesn't include buying implements. They need to make the start off cheaper and make it easier to progress up and to get better machinery instead of going from, what have you got? You have this tractor with 145 horsepower to like this to the tractor that has the next tractor up from that would be the same 4T, and it's legitimately got another 20 horsepower, but it's $138,000. Holy shit. And I bet it's not even worth it. You might as well, and because the tractors are all spaced out from this 102,000 credit or dollars or whatever to 111, 117, 119, 138,000. It's like you're paying you might as well be like, oh, I'll just do another harvest, get the next tractor. Sooner or later, you've got $189,000 and you're thinking about buying a Lamborghini Mach BRT, but all of a sudden it's too big for some of your equipment. The wheel span is wider than your cultivator. It doesn't have the pin hitch or something that your seeder needs because it's too modern. And modern tractors like this or like these don't have pin hitches. Um, it like, and all these tractors, you could add these into the game. You could make deals with modders to buy the rights to their mod, get them to take it down off of websites, and then implement it into the game. easy. All you have to do is listen to the community, which is something I don't think Giants does very well. So that was sort of my rant. Main points: fix swathing, fix grain bin, add classic vehicles, make it easier to get point A where you start to point B where you end. 300 hours on one map or something because you're enjoying the game so much. What I want isn't sitting here for 20 hours with that Case IH 1445 XL just doing the same field over and over again until I can buy the next harvester, buy the next tractor. I want to upgrade every 2 or 3 harvests to make things interesting, not this crap where you're sitting with the same machinery for the longest time. So that was my that's my opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have to be pleased with how I want this game to go. You may love the game, how simple and easy it is. And I get that. Some people just like a game where it's simple for them to hop in, do a harvest, and hop out. They don't have to worry about what they're going to buy next or what they're going to do. They just play this game to relieve some steam. And I wish I could do that, but the way this game is set up, it's boring. It doesn't release steam. It doesn't make me happy to play this game. Maybe the first hour of me playing is happy, but then it gets boring because I'm not excited for, oh, I'm going to be able to buy the Fortune Major, or oh, I'm going to be able to buy the Oliver 88, or the new Lamborghini, or like the really old Lamborghini tractor or something, or oh, I'm going to be able to get my first truck. It's an International L130 or S110 or something, and oh my god, I'm so excited for all this machinery. It's another harvest, another day. When will this be over? So yeah, that's just what I think. If I could get like 30 of you guys to send this to Giants email or something, if I could get someone to share this video, give it out to friends, post it on farming simulator forums, um, to do something with this video to let Giants hear it, then that would be amazing. And it might set them in a direction. I'm not saying it's the right direction because some people like this sort of game. Maybe it's not profitable for Giants to do that. Maybe they have to do it over a long period of time. We'll get it in Farm Sim 2021 or 2024 or sorry 2023 or 2025 or something like that. But I don't care if it comes in 10 years. I just care that it comes and that they're doing something to make us happy with their game, not leaving boring state. So if we could get like, I know 2 people watch videos at least. If we could get you guys to share these videos out with a friend or with someone else you know who likes Farm Simulator, and if they like it, if you could tell them to share it, all of a sudden 30 different people know about this. And 30 people can go and tell their friends, and all of a sudden 60 people know about it. We can get those 60 people to send an email to Giants with just the link to this video in part 1. We could get this heard. This is an idea that can happen, but it's not happening because people don't care. People aren't innovators like I like to think I can. People like the game as it is. They're not overthinking. They're not frustrated. But I'm sure once they hear this idea, they're gonna want it. Anyway, I have to end this off now because I've been ranting. for a while. My throat is starting to hurt a little bit. You guys are probably boring or sick of hearing my voice. Um, and to be honest, I didn't get anything done this episode. I would have liked to get something more done because, to be honest, sitting in the back of this truck talking is not. I should have. I should be running that tractor. Which is still. Um. Oh, by the way, be able to buy new and variants. Just a tip. Anyway, as I said, good luck to everyone um, in getting this heard or get their own ideas heard if they want the game. Or good luck playing, good luck grain prices. And I hope you enjoyed this. Even if it was useless and just something you played in the background, you don't care about, but it was interesting to you. I hope I at least sort of got through. Um, oh, I bumped. I apologize. Um, so if you liked the video, of course, leave a like me, subscribe, like Farming Simulator, send Giant this video now. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day. God, I'm even getting sick now. And I will see you the next one.